you already know I'm back on my bullshit. I mentioned I wanted to do more evergreen content, and I guess I'm going to be doing some today because my computer needs to do a 9 gigabyte update for Magic Arena, so I can't make the video I wanted to make right now, but that just gives me an excuse to make more fun videos like this. So today I got a list of Pokemon questions that I will be answering to the best of my ability. I don't remember where I found this page of questions, but here we go. Question 1. What is your favorite... God damn. I should have known. I should have known this would be question 1. God damn. You know, for the longest time, I actually knew my favorite Pokemon. It was Salamence, but like, I don't know, the past 5 or so years, it might have changed. So I'm going to hold off on that question for right now. Question 2 is your least favorite Pokemon. That might actually be harder than my favorite Pokemon. Like, there's not a whole lot of Pokemon I dislike, like, actively, you know? Like, even annoying Mons like Zubat, Geodude, Roggenrola, like, sturdy things, fast Zubat, like, even those don't bother me. Or, like, the Voltorb, Amoonguss, you know, Mimic type Pokemon. Actually, could it be a cop-out to say all of the regional variants of Pokemon? Because those I actually don't like. It's not that I don't like them individually, but I don't like the concept of regional Pokemon in general, because it randomly started in Generation 7, when it probably should have happened way before that if they were going to do it. I don't think they should have done it at all, but here we are. So yeah, I'm going to say my least favorite Pokemon is every regional variant, even though they got some bangers, like Galarian Rapidash cooler than regular Rapidash, but yeah, as a whole, that mechanic can cease and desist. That would be great, thank you. Alright, question 3. Favorite starter Pokemon? What's with all the hard questions at the very start, bro? This ain't right. So I can narrow it down to like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Mudkip, Piplup, Chimchar. As far as like the starter, like the baby unevolved form, I think it would have to go Bulbasaur. Oh god, I've not touched this shelf in a long time. A lot of these guys are probably dusty. You dusty Bulbasaur? Yeah, you got a little dust on you, but might be a little dust on you, but don't let it fool you about what's inside, am I right? Yeah. No, but I love Bulbasaur. It's probably my favorite like starter, unevolved, like the one you actually start with. I like Blastoise more than Squirtle, Swampert more than Mudkip, so, but like, as far as starter, like, true starter, beginner, baby Pokemon that you choose, Bulbasaur, I think is the one. Let's see how long Bulbasaur stays on. Not long at all, okay. Take 2. See how long... How could this happen to me? Bulbasaur can go back up there, okay. Favorite Eeveelution. This one's actually easy. This is probably the easiest question so far for me. It's actually Flareon. It's been Flareon for a while, since my most recent playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red, which was like 2019 maybe? I don't remember when it was, but I do remember Flareon actually putting in work. Like, for the longest time I perceived it as like weaker than like Vaporeon originally, and then once I got more competitive minded, I figured it was bad because it had a high physical attack stat and not so great speed and physical fire without like a lot of decent fire moves, except for Flare Blitz, which kills it itself. So for a while there I wasn't too keen on Flareon, but then I used it in a playthrough and now it's actually my favorite Eeveelution. It used to be Espeon, but now it's Flareon. So there's actually a picture of Flareon on my desktop right now, on my laptop right there. If I remember to, I'll post a pic of it so you can see all the files I got on there, all the goodies coming up. Most terrifying Pokemon? I don't know how to answer this. Some of the early sprite work, like in red and green and like blue and yellow some of that was kind of terrifying. Like in a modern context, I'm not really terrified by any Pokemon. Probably because they paint the series in a way so, like, even Pokemon that are supposed to be terrifying, like Darkrai and like Gengar, they're not like they don't make them into like villains. They try to make you feel sympathetic for them. So maybe that's playing a part. That I don't really feel any Pokemon is terrifying. I'm trying to, because I've seen like AI generated like what would Pokemon look like if they were real. All that is terrifying, but base level terrifying Pokemon, I don't really know of any, so I'm gonna skip that one. Most adorable Pokemon. I think we're gonna go Wooloo for this one. Yeah, it's been a while since I fanboyed out about Wooloo, but it's still the same thing. Wooloo's a lot. He's got definitely got a place on the channel. Let's see if he stays longer than Bulbasaur. Looks like he is. Huh. Oh, well, there he goes. Oh yeah, adorable Pokemon is Wooloo there. Most amusing Pokemon. Bro, this could be any Pokemon. Like, you don't understand. Any Pokemon can be funny even when it's not trying to be. Bird is funny when it's doing its walk. Pikachu's just funny in general. Like, if you watch early anime episodes, Pikachu's clowning on Ash. It's the ketchup. I think pound for pound it might actually be Pikachu, just because Pikachu does so much funny stuff. Maybe a little bit of a basic... Jigglypuff is funny too, because pull out the mic and slap everybody. Yeah, I think I actually gotta go Jigglypuff, otherwise known as Jiggly Boogly. Alright, favorite Pokemon type. That is Ice type. Kind of a toss-up between Ice and Fighting, but I've always just gravitated more towards Ice because I like it. I like the element of Ice. I like the cold. Just like the flavor of it. What an Ice Pokemon would be, and I think a lot of the Pokemon do a good job of like showcasing that. So it's a good type. So, like I said, I like the cold. I like the way that the Pokemon embody what it would mean to be an Ice type Pokemon. So yeah, I've just always loved the Ice type. And then when I got into competitive, it's like very glass cannony. It's very it's got a niche. So I used to do a lot of like competitive battling, obviously, but like even deeper than that, I used to do a lot of like mono type battles, and I would always pick mono Ice as my type, and I'd go up against players of other types, and to varying degrees of success, but yeah, it was a good time. I love the Ice type, so I'll stop rambling now and go to least favorite Pokemon type. Okay, I guess it's gonna do this the whole time. Well, this may be a boring answer, but I'm going to say Steel type. Maybe in part because when I mentioned doing those competitive mono-type battles, it seemed like I often got paired up my mono Ice versus like a mono Steel opponent, and I just couldn't get anything done because Steel is just such... It's so good, just walling everything. And now that they introduced Fairy type, Steel is viable offensively as well, so it kind of seems a little unbalanced in my opinion, but it's probably actually fine, but something about Steel seems a little too easy mode for me. Like, takes me back to the days where like your opponent last Mon, Mega Scizor, come in, click Swords Dance, and whoops, I just click Bullet Punch and win the game now. Thanks for playing, kid. Yeah, just such brain dead easy mode. Scizor, Bullet Punch, win the game. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. Nothing against the Steel type, but if I had to pick a least favorite, that would be it. I've definitely got my use out of the Steel type also. Especially now that like there are better moves distributed, like Metagross has Heavy Slam now, so it doesn't have to rely on garbage as Meteor Mash. But yeah, overall my least favorite type for sure. Favorite new Pokemon from Black and White? Interesting. Masharna is goated, Seismitoad is goated, Swanna goated, Chandelure, Beartick, Druddigon. Oh man, I had some good memories with Druddigon. Braviary too, oh man. And of course Hydreigon, Volcarona. As far as my favorite, that's gonna be hard. I gotta narrow it down between Hydreigon, Braviary, Swanna, and Masharna, I think, are the four I gotta decide between. I think I gotta throw my competitive conventions aside and name Swanna. Like, it's such a cool Pokemon. Like, I tried using it competitively on like rain teams and like the never used tier back in Gen 6, and it was fun, but like it's not good to use competitively, but I tried it because I love Swanna so much, and it is fun. So yeah, I think I gotta go Swanna just for that, because like I used it knowing it wouldn't be good, and I still enjoyed my time using it. So for right now, yeah, gonna go Swanna, because that's funny. Favorite Pokemon card? I'm heavily into Magic cards right now, Magic the Gathering. And before that, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I collected the Pokemon cards as a kid, but I never really got into the game, and I didn't collect very much. That was like a brief hobby that like stopped pretty much when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out, maybe even before that. So like I don't know a lot of the cards. Like I remember like the first base set through Fossil, Team Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, and a little bit of Neo and like Neo Genesis or whatever. But after that, I was done. So I remember my favorite card back in the day actually used to be Cubone. I don't even remember where I kept my bulk Pokemon cards. I don't think I kept them in these BCW like holders, but they might be in there somewhere. It's mostly Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! With a little bit of Dragon Ball Z too, I think. Maybe Pokemon, I don't know. If so, they're on the very bottom here. Yeah, somewhere in that pile of BCW boxes could be the bulk, but I'm pretty sure it was Jungle Cubone. Just the way it looked, like it described itself as like the lonely Pokemon, and I latched onto that as a child. Thought the art was so evocative, and like I loved everything about that card. As far as rares, I liked a lot of them, but I don't remember, like, Cubone's the only card like I remember like just staring at and like feeling mesmerized by it. So I think I gotta go Cubone. Jungle Cubone. What you know about it? How did you store your card? Well, I don't know about the bulk, but for years now I've had all my old cards in this giant collector's album. This is bad binder behavior, as I found on some video on YouTube. But here's where I kept my rare cards, like the foils and such. I don't know if I've ever actually shown this. I remember always really liking Blaine's Moltres. I don't even remember where I got Blaine's Arcanine, but I remember getting the Moltres and wanting Arcanine because it had that 120 damage move. I didn't even know how to play the game. I just knew I wanted that damage. And then, because it could theoretically OHKO a Charizard with that 120 hit points. And I got the Venusaur. I'm missing Blastoise though, which is unfortunate. Or some of these, like the Dark Wheezing and Dark Hypno, are first edition, bro. It's gotta be worth something, am I right? I haven't looked up the value of any of these cards, but yeah, just such good memories with these cards. Yeah, looking at these, I don't see anything else really that I would say I liked. There's that Mew. I like that. Like, I don't see anything else that I would have put to the level of, and yeah, that's it. We go from Pokemon to Dragon Ball Z score card game. So yeah, that's all the rare Pokemon cards I got. That is how I stored them. Not in this exact binder. It was many different little binders over time. Then the binders got filled with like Yu-Gi-Oh! So a lot of these ended up just in boxes and went unprotected. Like, let me just look at this Moltres. There's some scratches on the foiling, but the back is dented like pretty badly. I don't know I don't know if y'all can see some of the wear and tear on the back there, but the front looks pretty good. All things considered, Charizard is far from mint. I know this one probably worth a pretty penny still, but yeah, I don't even remember the question. How did we get on the topic of Pokemon? Oh, how do you store them? Oh yeah, in binders. Some of the time they just got thrown in a box. Unfortunate, but it is how it is. Where are we now? Favorite companion. The hell does that mean? Like the characters that follow you, like Cheryl and Marley. Like, is that what it means by companion? Or are you talking about like a Pokemon that follows you? I don't know what this question means. I'm gonna skip it. Prettiest Pokemon. I don't know, bro. Who's a pretty Pokemon? Man, just looking at the art of these cards, like this might be a little spoiler, but I already might have spoiled that on my desktop if I show a picture of it. But like, I wanted like do a series where I just look at the art of like Pokemon cards and Magic cards and maybe even Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Dragon Ball Z cards, just like any card from my childhood. Like, I want to look at like I want to just like make a video, like a video, but like a series of videos where I just like look at like Pokemon cards, like the artwork, because like the Pokemon especially has so many different like styles of how they do art. It's actually incredible in my opinion. Like, Pokemon's actually the series I'm most excited to do this for. Maybe because I haven't seen a lot of the cards, but just in general, I love the different art styles. Okay, and to get back on track, we're looking for a pretty Pokemon. I don't know how to answer this. It's probably got to be a fairy type. Maybe like shiny Mega Gardevoir in that black gothic gown. Looks pretty. So let's go with that. Don't be weird, guys, please. Thanks. Where are we? If you could live anywhere in the Pokemon world, where would it be? Oh boy, I wanted to do a series on this too, like favorite locations in the game, just like low key, like not specific. It didn't have to specifically be a city. It could be like anywhere. Oh man, I had so many series I wanted to do, but just lost track of time. Never got around to it. But if I had to pick somewhere, it would most likely be in Johto somewhere. Probably up north by Eckertique. Maybe in Eckertique though. Maybe Mahogany. I don't know, man. Violet City's cool too. You got Cherry Grove. Oh man, I could live anywhere in Johto, to be honest, except Goldenrod. For bump that. I don't think I'd want to live in Blackthorn either. But I'll just say Eckertique because I really like what the remakes of Heart Gold Soul Silver did. They made it like autumn, fall leaves like everywhere. Just very pretty. Yeah, that whole section of like Eckertique and the surrounding areas with the fall trees in Heart Gold Soul Silver looks beautiful. So I would probably live in Eckertique. If you could be any Pokemon, what would you be? The hell does that mean? Why would I want to be a Pokemon? Is it weird to say a humanoid Pokemon like Machamp? Because like, what else am I supposed? Oh wait, I could say Salamence. Salamence might be it. Yeah. Coincides with my deepest desire to fly. Yeah, Salamence. Favorite gym leader. I gotta give a shout out to Price, Candace, and Wulfric. Just 3 goats with ice types that I could always get down with. Finding it hard to remember gym leaders in later games. Man, I guess none of them really stuck out to me. And like, what do you do with like the Gen 7 games? Because those weren't technically gym leaders. Oh, I totally forgot the ice guy from Gen 5. What was his name? Bryson? No. Yes. Might be him. Might actually be him. Yeah, let's go with him. that guy's goated because he does like martial arts too. Yeah, that guy. Officer Jenny or
How could this?
Nurse Joy. I've always been a Jenny stan. On my Brock shit, she can arrest me anytime. God damn, I'm wildin'. Favorite Pokemon professor? I feel like I answered this semi-recently on another video. I don't remember which one, and I don't remember what I said. I think I actually said Sonia in that video. Is that still accurate? Who is the professor in the newest game? What is the new... Oh, the... Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's coming down to Professor Oak or Sonia. I guess I'll still say Sonia, because I remember saying Sonia in that last video I did where I answered a question like this, so... yeah, we'll say Sonia again. Favorite Pokemon bad guys? I remember this one too, and I had to go with Team Rocket because none of the other teams had any, like... They had nothing going on. Team Rocket actually felt like... Not overbearing, but they felt like there was a presence, there was a meaning behind their name, and like, I don't know, it just felt more down to earth and like, in that sense, more threatening in a way, even though they were a little more bumbling and had less intense goals than some of the later bad guys, but I don't know, something about Team Rocket just hit perfectly, so yeah, Team Rocket. Favorite rival? Anything but Hop. Gen 1 rival, Blue was goated. Gen 2, hated that guy. What was his name? Silver, I think, canonically. Gen 3, May or Brendan. They're okay. Gen 4, Dawn or... I don't remember the guy character, but also Barry. There was also Wally in Gen 3. Holy shit, I lost count already. Who we got in Gen 5? Okay, there was the other gender rival, but then you also had Sharon and Bianca, I think. And then what was is it Hugh, the rival from Black 2 White 2? That might be the one. Yeah, because I remember that story being captivating. This is another question I feel like I answered in that video. I don't even remember what video that was, but I feel... Yeah, let me go with that guy. I think his name is Hugh, I don't know. Yeah, let's go with that one. A Pokemon which reminds you of a friend. Like, none of my IRL friends really remind me of Pokemon. None of them are, like, into Pokemon. It'd be weird to, like, compare them to Pokemon. But, like, if I interpret the question a little differently, like if I think about a Pokemon, it will remind me of a person because of time they spent, like, with that Pokemon, like, when I was in my competitive stage. Like, when I think of Snorlax, I think of my man Curtis and Corey, two coaches in all the draft leagues I was in. Snorlax wasn't their mascot, but it was like their favorite Pokemon. They identified as Snorlax, so like anytime I think of Snorlax, I think of those two. Weavile reminds me of my man... What the hell's his name? He goes by so many different names now. Mastermind, I think he's going by now. Mega Gengar reminds me of Mewtwo Clean. Who does Ty remind me of? Or who reminds me of Ty, I guess. Ty was all over the place. Anything he beat me down with. I don't know, this is a weird question. I think I've given sufficient answers because I don't really know what else to say. A Pokemon you'd find useful in real life. Any? Like, Salamence could fly me places. Blastoise could do stuff with his water cannons. Bulbasaur could use his Razor Leaf to, like, chomp down things I need up, like, way up in a tree somewhere. So, like, any Pokemon could go here. Like actually, Jirachi can grant wishes. That might be the one. I might have to name Jirachi. Pokemon based on your favorite animal. I'm not sure what my favorite animal is. Bro, anything favorite. Anything you just throw the word favorite in front of me, and I like break down, because like quantifying your favorite of something is so difficult. That's got to be my next video. Just LG determines his favorites of everything. Favorite animal? Let's just say cat. It's an easy answer, I guess. What's the question? Pokemon based on your favorite animal. Got Skitty here. I think I'd rather go with Mew than Skitty, though. I've always loved Mew. Not that I don't love Skitty, but Mew goated. So yeah, let's go with Mew. That was actually not that bad. A Pokemon that is your favorite color. Favorite color, I do know, that is green. I mean, Tyranitar is green. Green right there. Well, I kind of like darker green. Bulbasaur is more blue. Let me look up a really dark green to like show you what I mean. Like Simisear, like this color green. Just like dark green. Yeah, let's go with that. Favorite Pokemon game? That's definitively Pokemon Silver. Could also be Soul Silver, I guess, but nothing can really top the original. Even games as goated of remakes as Heart Gold, Soul Silver have a bit too much love for the original, so gotta go with that. Pokemon Silver. What did you nickname your rival? What? I don't remember because like I played a little bit of Red and Blue, but not enough to like remember what I named my rival. Because like I never had a copy myself, and I borrowed copies from my cousins. I feel like I've still told that story 1,000 times, but my first actual game was Pokemon Silver. I vividly remember I named my character Big Butt, all uppercase letters, one word, Big Butt. I don't know why. As far as my rival, I vividly remember it being Iwasher, Iwasher. And I've been trying to like figure out why I named those characters that in that first file, and I can't imagine. Big Butt is just so random. I wash her though, or like I was her, or like maybe I was here, but the E got cut off at the end. I don't know, bro. But I wash her. Yep, that was that first rival's name. I'm glad that was a question on here because I never got to tell that story. Favorite Pokemon tune or song? I've been toying around with the idea of like doing like a tier list of Pokemon anime intros, but I don't want to get chopped down by Show Pro or whatever, so I haven't done that. But as far as like music like in games, like there's so many bangers, like so many bangers, dog. Like Gen 1 Pallet Town, so good, so iconic, so classic. Gen 2, that whole soundtrack slaps. Gen 3, even though people clown on it because like trumpets, I guess, it still sounds amazing. Gen 4 is where it kind of started to not sound spectacular to me. Like it's okay, but nothing really sticks out. Gen 5 kind of kicked it back up, but some of the theme, like the routes, there was one specific route, I don't remember the number, but there was like a cool route theme. Then I really liked the end credits, where after you beat N or whatever, and it does this like epic like end game credits to hype you up. And then there's also Unwavering Emotion, the sad music. I like that too. Undella Town's another good one. 6 through 9, there wasn't really much music that stuck out to me. Like, you know, we really went from Gen 1, 2, and 3 all being goated and iconic, Gen 4 being pretty mid, Gen 5 having bangers, and then 6, 7, 8, and 9 just not so much. Favorite tune, though, out of all of those I just mentioned, I gotta pick a favorite, dog. This is, oh my god, I'm dreading that video. I gotta just decide my favorites deterministically. Oh boy. Oh my god, Driftvale 2. Yeah, Driftvale. Driftvale theme song. Yeah, Gen 5 had probably the best soundtrack, like, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's crazy. And then the last question is, most nostalgic element of Pokemon? I have no idea what that question means. Because, like, it's hard to... If you weren't there, if you did not experience Pokemania in the late 90s, like, you can look up, like, videos on the internet and, like, you can understand what it was like, but unless you experienced it yourself, you can't put into words or, like, quantify what that era felt like unless you experienced it yourself. And maybe being a child while you experienced it, like, heightened your experience because you were open to so much more, like, and, like, didn't know what to expect, and, like, the internet was not even close to what it is today, so, like, information wasn't as widespread. So, like, this might be totally not what the question is asking, but I can't tell what the question is asking because it makes no sense. But I'm going to say just like the overall feeling of, like, wonder associated with it, because like the first episode of the anime, Ash saw Ho-Oh. Nobody knew what it was. Like, I don't know, to this day that's just mind-boggling, because that's like Star Wars. George Lucas had like episodes 1, 2, and 3 planned when he made the original, apparently. That's like the Ho-Oh thing, like that was just baffling. But like beyond that, there was like rumors of like Pika Blue and like Mew under the truck. Like you don't experience that anymore with newer Pokemon, and it's a shame. I mean, it's good in a way that like information is clear and there's no more frustration really, because you can any question you can possibly have, you can find an answer for. You can find a guide, you can find Reddit posts. Like there's so much information out there, and that's great, but it just feels like there's something missing when the newer generations of Pokemon players will never know what it's like to, with all your heart, believe that something will happen if you talk to the Moss Deep Space Center guy 100 times, that you'll go into a rocket and fly into space. Like, that information is just so prevalent now. You can disprove that. You can disprove Mew under the truck. You can disprove Peekaboo and the Pokegods, but you couldn't do that back in the day. And between that and the like glitches that could potentially be game breaking, like it was just the Wild West. And in a way, it is a good thing that we've moved past that era, but that is a nostalgic element for me, I guess, and in a way I wish the generations below me could experience that again, but I don't foresee it ever happening. You can't catch that specific lightning in a bottle. Like, it was just like the perfect storm of like so much happening, so much mystery, so little information. It was just like word of mouth, and like that's how the rumors spread, and it was crazy. And all that's gone, so yeah, that's going to be my nostalgic element. And then I skipped favorite Pokemon. Almost forgot about that. Is it still Salamence? Like, real talk. I think it is. I was tossing up between like Wooloo and other cute Mons that I've become more fond of. Or like even like Tyranitar, maybe Bulbasaur or Blastoise. Like, there's so many Pokemon I could list here, but thinking about it, it might actually still be OG Salamence. After having played competitively with Roaring Moon, made me appreciate the original Salamence. I think it would actually still be Salamence, so yeah, with that, I've completed this list of Pokemon questions that I don't know where I found it, but if you want to answer the questions yourself, leave your answers in the comments. I still have over 1.5 gigabytes to download, so that didn't really help, but killed some time, got a video out, so I think it was worth it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try to get out more evergreen content like this if you guys enjoy it. And even if you don't enjoy it, I'm still going to try. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day, guys.